Golly.
So you change us IDs?
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. All right, anybody, please, you guys can start with questions. You know how this goes with me.
Yeah, first and foremost, I mean, you have to be thrilled to be able to host here twice, and then if you advance, go to Lexington.
No, I mean, we are thrilled with that. We put the work in throughout the entire season to get to 32-2 and, put ourselves in position to be able to play the first two at home. And then we know everybody in the tournament's good. So, I've watched Boise State play on TV. A friend of mine is the head coach at New Mexico. So I followed his games, and I've seen him play a team that can put points on the board. They score well. And if we're fortunate enough to come out with a win there, then we've got to sit here and take on a really, really good Marquette team or Dayton. Both of them are very talented. Both went to the conference finals. Dayton got upset by George Washington, and Marquette got beaten in the finals by DePaul. But two very talented basketball teams. So we know we have our hands full before we have to start worrying about getting to Lexington.
Do you even quickly take an advanced look at the bracket before you really kind of hone in, maybe like 10, 15 seconds, and because you see Tennessee and Baylor, just some other schools in there as well?
You know what? I will once I get back to the office tonight, but I really did not get a chance to in there. I wasn't even sure when it said we played. Did you see the game, the day?
Friday noon.
Friday at noon. Okay, so we'll have a Friday noon game. So we'll get prepped now and start working. We'll get back in the gym tomorrow. It's our spring break, so we'll start practice up, preparing for these games. But I'll take 5-10 minutes to just sit down and look at the entire bracket, see who got in, who didn't get in, what surprises there may have been, things like that.
You had quite a bit of advanced ticket sales. Have you had any update in the last week or so about how they're going?
The last I heard was about 3,500. That's it. So, I'm hoping now that our fans know when we play, that we can get 7,000 to 10,000 in here, because it's going to be some really good basketball, and we're going to need every single one of our fans to come out here like they have in the past and support this group of young women.
There's been a lot of firsts for your team this season for the program. What does it mean that this number one seed is just kind of breaking another barrier?
No, I mean it's a wonderful thing, But the number one seed's great. We've had some pretty good success with a 3 seed and a 5 seed in the past, so we know it's an honor to be a 1 seed. There's no question about it. The body of work throughout the entire season has put that in place for us, but it's game in and game out right now. You've got to be prepared. I've said it all along. I think we're good enough to beat just about anybody, but I think there's 35 teams out there that can beat us. We just went through the ACC tournament, win 3 games in 3 days by a combined total of 10 points. So it's not like we sat there and blew anybody out. Now, that's the one thing that scares you some ways, but the other side of it, it gives me a lot of confidence in these young women that we know how to play when we're behind. We don't panic. We continue to follow a game plan and stay focused. So those are the things that will excite you about that also.
Will that kind of help you to keep their attention? If you just went through the ACC tournament and blew everybody out, but you didn't, so do you feel like you've got their attention heading into this one?
Oh yeah, there's no question about it. Our players are dialed in. We know that our margin for error is not very high. We have to be focused and ready to go. We cannot come out and not take someone serious and give them the full respect that they deserve. And that's something that we have talked about all season long.
Is it exciting that this team hasn't reached its potential?
Oh yeah, no, there's no question about it. I mean, I was really pleased with how we played in the ACC tournament, knowing Asia did not have her typical Asia Dur games, but we're still able to go 3-0 because everybody else has started to step their game up. Erica Carter's playing really well. Jasmine Jones is scoring the basketball. Sam Furion's, she's down in the post doing all the little things and rebounding and boxing out. She guards her man and Maisha's half the time, so it's been fantastic.
What about the support you got here with this selection show?
It was awesome. To walk in here and have over 500 is what we had to shut it down at. And then we got about 260 in the auditorium for the actual show. The rest stayed out there and were there supporting and cheering. just a great special night. Hey, you got all the questions. I mean,
He's big time.
carrying everybody.
Well, I mean, there was some openings.
I know you were. I mean, you just carry everybody.
But let me tell you something.
Do you carry all the cameras down too?
No, I don't. My back can't hack it.
No, hey, I just want to thank all of you. I mean, it's not the norm. I'm aware of that. So I don't take any of it for granted. So thank you guys. Thank your stations for coming out and covering women's basketball in papers. Because I promise you, I've got friends that coach at pretty high-level programs. They can't believe the coverage that the city of Louisville gives of women's basketball. So thank you for that. And it does not go unnoticed. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you guys.
Congrats.